Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the St. Louis Cardinals. Do not adjust your computer set. If you're like, wait, you just played at St. Louis. I played as St. Louis Browns for 10 years. Now we're on to the Cardinals for 10 years. So we've gone from Boston to Boston and St. Louis to St. Louis, so which I guess means like Chicago to Chicago is might happen. I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what I do know. I do know who our first pick is going to be, and his name is Mickey Mantle, which is pretty exciting. Let's get started. So first things first, let's take a look at our coaches. Rogers Hornsey coaching for the Cardinals just feels right. Who are we offering jobs to here? I can see you being a third base coach. Are you good at pitching? You're not that great at it, actually. No, fuck you. I will choose my own pitching coach. Thank you very much. And I want somebody who is amazing. Here we go. Eric Nitsky, get the fuck over here. I have loads of money, so we should be maxed out on player development. Yeah, that's not even close to being maxed out. And scouting. Like, it should not even be a question. I can't even do international scouting, so why would I be doing this? Don't be silly, game. Definitely plenty to amateurs. Then the minors. Then the majors. Like, there is no international scouting, so I don't know why I would spend money on it. But I will, however, open up my checkbook and be like, yo, fuckers, let's get some coaches. Let's coach these coaches. Still too damn many minor league coaches. Let's go. I will wait until our third base coaches have been hired, and then I will move people around where they need to be moved. What else? What's our park factor like? It does suppress home runs a bit by right-handed batters, so it's something we're going to want to keep an eye on. But other than that, I think we're okay. Um, Billy DeMars is a decent utility guy, but I don't think he's got. I don't think he's good enough. We have a really bad pitching staff. Like, it's very thoroughly mediocre. Really, other than first base and second base, we're in pretty rough shape. And I guess Gene Woodling's pretty good. We can get behind Gene Woodling. But I mean, we know he's going to be added to the team. Heh heh heh. Why do we have so many catchers? I don't get it. Why do we have 7 catchers? Six, sorry, six. That's an exceedingly silly amount of catchers, and I don't agree with it. What position do we need the most help at? Buddy Blatner is not a very good third baseman. He's okay, I guess, but he's not very good. We need a shortstop. Charlie Rivera is not bad, but I think he'd be better suited to being a utility guy. We need basic. I mean, I can't be too picky about anything, really. Hey, it's old friend Clyde Klutz. I remember you. Let's check on free agency. Let's see who might be around who wants some Cardinal cash. I ain't seeing a lot, guys. I am not seeing a lot. Let's go St. Louis to St. Louis with Cliff Mapes. Yeah, we just need talent, no matter how we get it, and then we'll start deciding who goes where as the season gets closer to beginning. We're definitely going to take a look at the American League awards as well as the National League ones. Personal message. Oh yes, player development, very important. I think we can have a little bit more here. If I do 150,000, it should reset. There it goes. That's what I needed. What? So we're not gonna take any of my best prospects and improve them. We're gonna improve Dusty Rhodes. I don't think so, man. Definitely leave Joe Nuxhall on there. I definitely want to see Nuxhall develop. Parker Swan, no. Paul Clark, no. Whitey Karowski, no. Okay, Roy Face. Work on your secondary pitches. Ed Roback. Control. Frank Thomas. Plate discipline. Dusty Rhodes. Bionic elbow. Wait, no, sorry, wrong Dusty Rhodes. Um, let's work on your plate discipline as well. Let's do all the plate discipline. That's a much better mix of quality there. If Roy Face can develop quickly, he could even make the rotation as soon as this season. I'm just gonna put that out there because Lord knows we need all the help we can get. All right, let's go ahead and set up our staffing roles. Paul Arnold will teach catching. Dutch Leonard will teach infield and outfield, and Paul Arnold will teach base running. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. The lemons, they are being squeezed super hard. It's AV Guardian. Uh, fuck you, mate. Like, I'm not gonna spend real money on you. If you want to play for Boston, then play for Boston. I literally could not care less. Why are we signing these terrible players? No. Thank you, drive through. We're going to switch to the league news so we can scope out all the things. Whitey Lockman got a gold glove, as did Buddy Rosar, as did Buck Felder. Nice. A reliever of the year, none of my people, none of my people. I mean, I'm paying you literally no money, so if you want to play somewhere else, go off, fam. No St. Louis Brown got a solo. No, that's not true. Vernon Stevens got one. Nice. Do I? Oh, Bob Brady is uninteresting. He lacks interest. Hall of Fame voting, that could be fun. I'll vote for Tommy Bridges. I'll vote for Joe Cronin. Paul Derringer. Immortal Soul, Stan Hack, definitely deserves the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Obviously, Ernie Lombardi very clearly deserves it. There's a bunch of players here who are right around the same tier of pitcher. I will vote for anybody who has at least 50 WAR, and then I'll go back through if I have any slots left and consider others. Larry French, sure. Was not Gomez's nickname technically Lefty? Since he was not born with the name Lefty, I feel quite certain. Red Ruffin can have a vote as a treat. And sure, I'll cast a ballot for Rudy York. I really hope Stan Hack makes it in. I think there's a pretty good chance that he does, just because I drafted him. The Hack Man was one of my choices, so yeah. Excellent. Vern Stevens got like 2 votes. That's funny. Neat. I will return in just a few moments, friends. Stay tuned. All right. So, this is an important draft for us for 2 reasons. First of all, it's the Mickey Mantle draft. Let's gaze upon him for just a moment. Ah, Mickey Mantle. However, we also just need talent into our system. And we should be able to get 2, maybe even 3 or 4, maybe not stars, but at least starting caliber players, which I think is very much needed if we're going to be competitive anytime soon. Um, because I could trade, but there's nothing I have that's worth trading, is the problem. I'm going to very quickly start waiving people, especially if they're at inessential positions or aren't very good. I need to start clearing up our 40-man roster so we can use our space more effectively. You can go. You can stay. I don't need first baseman that can't hit. That's a very silly thing to have on your roster. Charles Hood sucks. I genuinely do not need this many fucking catchers. And then Ernie Johnson I would like to replace, but for right now, I'm content to simply waive all of you for assignment. Just get him off the 40 man. Whitey Karowski can all. No, Whitey Karowski. No, he can go. Yeah. It wasn't long ago, he was actually a pretty decent player, but for now, I don't think he's got very much to speak of. Maybe he'll get better. Oh, we're also looking at the OSA ratings. That's not okay. I pay my Scott a lot of money. I trust his judgment. Okay, Earl Taborn. He's good enough defensively that he's not totally useless. So I'm just going to send him to the minor leagues. And I think one part that's going to be called up is Cliff Mapes. Maybe. I have no center field there. That's something we're probably going to want to address. Gene Woodling could play center in a pinch if I had to. Because Mickey Mantle sure should have been playing center, so that's something we're going to have to address, is finding ourselves a decent center fielder. Bama Roll does nothing for me. I'd rather have Cliff Mapes on the roster than Bama. Then Bama Kablama. I will designate you for assignment as well. We'll call up Cliff Mapes. Do I have any acceptable center fielders? All my center fielders are pretty terrible. Dusty Rhodes, by sheer lack of alternatives, might get a shot in spring training. We'll see. We shall see. Who's on the trade block right now? Here you go. Make a trade. Trade block. Wow, really? Like, St. Louis is like all their pictures on the trading block. That's funny. We do need pitchers, but not enough to actually make a trade for them, I don't think. I'd much rather try to improve the offense if we can. I wonder what Phil Rizzuto would cost me. Like, I know he's a somewhat limited offensive player, but he's really good defensively. And I think we could use someone like him to help anchor some things. Okay, you just don't want him. You don't want to give him up. That's fair. That is eminently fair. Now, Cleveland Clark I could get behind. Bringing him over might be pretty handy. Oh, let's take a quick look and see if there's not any independent league people who might be hungry for a spot to prove themselves. All leagues, 50 potential, and go. Literally no one. Sad face. We could get Davey Williams from the Waycross Bears. I like his bat. I think bringing him aboard is an okay decision. Let's make it a thing. Let's pay 18 grand to get Davey Williams. Who else we got? I will purchase you as well. Just again, we just need raw talent in our minor leagues. So adding in anybody that we can is beneficial. And if we personally don't mess with them right now, having them in the farm system is just going to make us deeper and more capable of responding. Damn, the Braves are good. Fuck. That's funny. I don't think I can resist that. Cliff makes like, finally, I'm free the St. Louis Browns. And then he's like, you motherfucker. I need a center fielder. So Cleveland Clark is that center fielder, I think. I really feel bad for him though. Like Cliff Mapes is like, finally, I'm free of the Browns. I can be my own man. Son of a bitch. Why are you still on the team? Like you might have been a really good player at one point, but I can't afford to be. I can't afford to be sentimental for no reason. I guess the local fans like him a lot. Hmm. Poor Clifford Mapes. He's like, what the fuck, man? I guess our real question is, do we start Mickey Mantle on day one? I don't want to rush him if we don't have to, for two reasons. First, I don't want to wreck his development. But second, if we can get another top five pick next year, that can only be a good thing. Bama rolls like, no, fuck you. I'm not going to go to the minors. Then guess what? You're going to be released instead. See you later, jerk. Like, I will allow myself to be convinced. Sure, I will offer you a shiny contract. You've got enough defensive versatility that I think you'd be a useful guy to have off of my bench. Okay. I mean, I tried, but you're like, no, fuck off. I'll give you a major league contract. I'm that confident that you'll be useful to me. Fuck it. um, Let me think about this one. Okay, I thought about it. Done. There are some really good players in this draft, but none of them are as good as Mickey Mantle. Besides Mickey Mantle, I'm just saying. I could use a third baseman or a shortstop. I mean, Ken Boyer played for the Cardinals for a long time in real life, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he did. And there's definitely a lot to like about it. I'm gonna keep looking, but Ken Boyer is definitely on my short list. As for Monty, cannot handle the infield at all, which makes him highly sus to me. Del Greco's decent. Taylor's okay. I do need pitching. Hmm. The value of Murray Wall is he's ready for the majors right now. And I do just see more bodies, but I think we're better off picking Boyer or Del Greco. And I think Boyer's bat is good enough, and his glove is good enough that he could be a really solid player. So let's go ahead and grab Ken Boyer. Done. All right. We have 4 medium tier players left. I mean, bringing in the hometown kid, who, if his control develops even a little bit, surprisingly, is going to be a really amazing pitcher, I think is a pretty good use of a 3rd round pick. Done. And then Lou Barabat is still around. I will happily draft him. That is a good value talent right there. I mean, I know he wants a lot of money, but I don't care. I have money. I have more money than I know what to do with. And I'm just going to let the AI draft whoever it wants. I don't even care at this point. I'm really pleased with getting Mantle at the top of the draft. And Ken Boyer. We've got 3 legitimately quality players in there, maybe even 4. Because I think now Weasler is definitely the weakest of the top 4 picks. Because I don't know if he's ever going to be able to throw strikes consistently. If he can, he's going to be terrifying. That's how good he's going to be. But that's not a guarantee by any stretch of the imagination. Charlie Gorin would like $110. Charlie Gorin is at least tolerable, so $110 it is. Done. You like $2,200. You're an okay outfielder, but you have next to no offensive ability. But I still think that's useful. So I will offer you $2,200. Done. To draft of Rule 5. Oh, dip, really? I could lose Davey Williams, but I don't put him on the 40 man. I'll do that then. Hmm. Let's grab Murray Dixon. I think he's a reasonably good pitcher. That can give us a little bit of depth. Let's do that. I think Jim McDonald is another fair choice as well. Let's. Oh, he's also somebody that's on my team already. Let's go ahead and chuck you onto the 40 man then. Nah. Mm. Edward Davis throws really hard. I think that is worth an opportunity. I'm the person that. No, actually, the Browns also took 2 people. Cool. You're damn right you will. There he goes. Like, we're going to be really, really bad if we don't play Mantle, but I don't know that we're going to be amazing and if we do play him. So, that is fascinating news. Mm. Nice. Stan Hack made it in. Beautiful. I didn't draft him, right? I feel like he's one of my draft picks. Take a look at my manager history. Maybe he wasn't one of my draft picks, and that's why I didn't get a notification for him. No, I did. I'm the one that acquired Stan Hack, the Hall of Famer. I don't know why I didn't get credit for it, but I also acquired Ernie Lombardi. Thank you very much. This never hurts less. As Cecil Travis, I don't know how did he not make the Hall of Fame? I guess he wasn't that good. Zam. Sigh. Yeah, he was pretty good. You know, you take that one trade off of my books, it looks a whole lot more impressive. So three of the players that I selected have already entered the Hall of Fame. Plus Carl Hubble was a fourth. Plus Lazeri. Like, there's legit Hall of Famers here happening. So you're welcome, Major League Baseball, with my eye for talent. Like, obviously, Jolton Joe's gonna be Hall of Famer. I don't think there's any question about that. Stan Musial, obviously Hall of Famer. Earl Averill, probably not, but maybe. No, I think he's already out. The fucker couldn't even crack 10% of the vote. Lame. Anyways, I shouldn't call him a fucker. He was a good player and one of my better choices. One of my better decisions. Decisorinos, as we like to call them. Plus, I'm just going to say this. Yes, Mickey Mantle may have played for the Yankees in real life. But if I remember correctly, he was actually a Cardinals fan in real life because he grew up in Oklahoma. And Missouri was the closest. The St. Louis, the Cardinals and the Browns were the closest major league teams. So I think that's true. If I'm wrong, then by all means, let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty certain that Mantle went on record saying his favorite team was the Cardinals. So maybe it's justice, is what it is. That Braves dynasty I built was something fierce, man. I'm so really proud of the work we did there. And just goes to show you, the Matrix had integrated earlier. Who knows what kind of crazy shit we could have seen in baseball. Which is why I say, with every fiber of my being, fuck Kennesaw Mountain Landis. For all of the accolades he gets for, the whole gambling issue with the Black Sox, he also held the game back decades by this stupid gentleman's agreement. I did not know that. I've never even heard of Jack Warhop until right now. So thank you, OOTP, for that amazing information. Who the fuck is Henry Majewski? Hank Majewski? Was he one of my players? He must be. I don't remember him at all, though. I had a lot of players in my defense. Joe Knoxhall is nowhere near ready to pitch for every day. Bro, you cannot lose control. That is not something that you're allowed to lose. It is something we need you to improve at quite desperately. Not Gene Hermansky. I don't think so, but thanks for the offer. I'm afraid I must decline. With extreme prejudice, Mickey Mantle can definitely play in spring training. I'd also like Dusty Rhodes in spring training, please. George Zuverink. How could you not have a spring training without him? How is it even possible? That seems reasonable. Let's go ahead now and set things up here. And then, oh, I need to do it from a pitching staff too, don't I? Here we go. And I will run a 6-man rotation here in spring training. That seems pretty good. Okay. Damn it, guys. I mean, Roy Face improved his forkball. That's good. Frank Thomas has improved his discipline. Excellent. Nobody else. Percy Chavez is a pretty amazing name. David Williams improving is good news. I'm all in favor of that. All right, let's start narrowing things down a bit. We presently have 40 players on the roster. That is 40 players too many. I'd like to reduce our pitching staff by at least 5. So McDonald, Zuverink, Nuxhall, Ramsey. What am I at now? 13 is still too many pitchers. I'd like to send one more away. I think that's going to be Jim Bennett. All right, 4 catchers is too many. Earl Taborn, I'm going to try to sneak you through waivers. I have a feeling that's not going to be too terribly challenging, but maybe I'll lose you. Oh, dip. I didn't realize spring training wasn't even done yet. Ha ha ha. Whoops. Let's just finish simming, and then I will make my other decisions. I don't think we can leave Mantle in the minors. I think he's already better than most of my outfielders, and I feel like we're hurting the team if we don't have Mantle in the majors to start off with. I think he's just too good. And yes, I understand those teams might play a little bit better, but let me assure you, I don't think we have too many chances of being a competitive team this year. We could easily improve by 10 to 15 games and still be in the basement. So I think our pitching isn't good enough. Point blank. I don't think our pitching is good enough to support. Okay, here we go. Three catchers. Lopata seems like a pretty good choice to send to the minors, so we will. I have a bevy of outfielders, many of whom I have no desire to keep. Dusty Rhodes to the minors. And then I think Allie Clark to the minors. Um, Fred McDaniels to the minors, assuming he will take a demotion. I hope he will. I hope he'll be a team player. There we go. Gene Woodling is a really good player. I'm not sending him to the minors, but I could send Ray Coleman to the minors if I can opt out of his deal. Let's see if I can make that happen. Okay. Dick Kohorsky, enjoy the minor leagues. Three more gotta go. Davey Williams is probably going to be one of them. I can't let sentiment rule this day. Sorry, Whitey. Thanks for your service with the St. Louis Cardinals, but you suck now. Like, really hard. I can't afford to keep you around just for sentimentality's sake. Sam Dent goes to the minors, and then Kappelman I need for his leadership, even though I don't want him to play every day, and he won't. I still think he offers value there. Buddy Blatner literally only plays third base. I guess that's fine. Harry Simpson, I think, goes to the minor leagues. There you go. All right. Now let's rebuild our team the way we would like it to be built. Ernie Johnson is definitely one of our starting pitchers. Murray Dixon is in. Monty Kennedy is in. Jerry Staley is in. And then probably Joe Dobson. Yeah, Joe Dobson for sure. I'm gonna make Dobson the ace just because I think he deserves it. There you go. I'm gonna make Jack Banta my #1 reliever, and then everyone else is gonna be a middle reliever. What about Stabby here? Yeah, you could be a middle reliever. That's fun. Lineups. Kill them all. Um, I like Gene Woodling and Cleveland Clark playing quite high up in the lineup. I think Woodling is leadoff, and then Clark as #2 makes a lot of sense. Your #3 hitter is going to be Johnny Hop. I don't want to put too much pressure on Mickey Mantle, so I'm going to have Mickey Mantle bat 5th. And then I think Joe Gordon is going to clean up for us. This does say Tommy Brown on the outside looking in. But he actually might be somebody that we think about trading anyway, just because he's kind of a sussy baka in terms of his attitudes. What if we just got rid of him right now? Surely somebody's willing to give me something interesting in exchange. I'll even take on salary for the right guy. I do not want Hank Sauer, but thank you for playing. Or Pat Mullen. Could get Johnny Sane. I could get Cliff Mapes again. Thus fulfilling the prophecy that I must eternally have Johnny Mapes on my team. Whatever the fuck his name is. I want to traded Sid Gordon and how that didn't blow up in my face at all. Warren Hacker is not bad. He's not great either, but I think he at least has upside, which is a lot more than I can say for Tommy Brown. He's got some really good pitches. He throws fairly hard. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get Warren Hacker. This does open up a spot for position player, which I think is going to be filled by Allie Clark. Yeah, because Dick Krahowski can only play first base, but Allie Clark can play a couple of different positions. So yeah, we can have him rejoin us. And then Mr. Hacker, I would like you to play in the minor leagues. But I will put you on the 40-man. I think I have to. But I'd rather you play in the minor leagues and improve your craft a bit before you come up to the majors. Let's see. Okay, lineup is set. All right. So the really, really good players already have positions. Shortstop is Charlie Rivera by default. I really like a better shortstop, but at least for now, he can bat 8th and play shortstop for me. Third base. I guess is Buddy Blattner, because again, I don't have anybody better. And then Jim Hegan is my catcher. And then we're gonna do some depth chart shenanigans. All right. Very, very good. All right, the lineup is set. The depth chart is set. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm going to do a quick pan to make sure that everybody here is on the 40 man, which they are. Nice. All right, let's make it happen. How do I think we're going to do? A lot will depend on Mantle. If Mickey Mantle comes on like gangbusters, I could very easily see us scoring a lot of runs. If he doesn't, I still think we can score quite a bit of runs, but um, will be less effective. I'm more concerned about the pitching staff. We could definitely use one or two top tier pitchers, and I have some of those in my farm system. They're just a long ways away from being in the majors, like a Roy Face. Where's Ken Boyer? Where's he hanging out these days? I don't know. I don't know. If we do a cheeky little draft history, let me go ahead and shortlist Mr. Boyer here. And that'll do it. All right, off to Baseball Town. Population us. While I wait, this is really gonna bug me if I don't look it up. Mickey Mantle's favorite team. Um, so he was actually named after Mickey Cochran. That's who his dad's favorite team was, but hey, here we go. It says right here on themick.com that Mickey answer team was indeed the St. Louis Cardinals, and his hero is Stan Musial. So here we go. Tim Rice, the number one fucking prospect. That's almost enough by itself to put us number one. We also have Frank Thomas, Joe Nuxhall, Jerry Lynch, and then Roy Face are all pretty well regarded. Eddie Matthews is not and never has been a center fielder. He was a first baseman for most of his career, but I dig it. There's some mighty fine players here in the minors just waiting for their opportunities. I mean, I don't think Vic Power is going to solve many of St. Louis's problems, but who gives a shit about them? Wally Moon and Eddie Matthews on the same team, while Gil McDougald sliding in there toward the back. Bob Friend, Vern Law, Bob Turley, Pete Runnels, Vinegar Bend Mazel. What a name. I wish we had better nicknames than we do now. Like, what do we call Alex Rodriguez? A-Rod, her. How original. Alright, let's baseball. For a brief moment, we were the best team in baseball, and now that moment is gone already. Somebody's been DFA'd. It's Ray Coleman. See you later, Ray. Roy? Ron? Whatever. But I still didn't have Johnny Hop hitting over 400 on my bingo card for things that will happen to the Cardinals this season. They're not so good. All right. Any wild changes happening? Carl Scheib is slightly better. Mickey Mantle is slightly better. Jim McDonald is slightly better. Roy Pace has stopped getting better is lovely, but I need his control to get better. Joe Nuxhall's improving his control. Ken Boyer's getting better too. Nice. Very, very nice. Let's just go right into May. Because we don't have enough ABs to make any judgment calls yet. I don't want us to be too good. Thanks, game. That helps me out with that goal a lot. Thank you for injuring Cleveland Kirk. I really appreciate that. Do we give Dusty Rhodes a shot in the majors? No, I think Harry Simpson is the right call. Um, I really don't want him hitting second. But I don't know who else we're hitting second either, so I will go ahead and play put Bob Usher in that position. Oh, excuse me. And new depth chart set up, and then we will continue. The Braves are really not performing their best this year. Damn. Are they actually vulnerable? Maybe. Like, if we finish around 500, I don't know how I feel about that. I'd almost rather we continue to lose, but I also want to make sure the fans know that I'm doing my best to give them a competitive team. Um, we've already made some pretty significant improvements, and I don't think all of that is Mickey Mantle. But I bet a lot of it is. I mean, Jackie Robinson hitting just this side of 400 is certainly helping him out. Alright, player development. Any big changes here? Mickey Mantle just improved significantly. You'd love to see it. Isn't Dusty Rhodes the one who went and played in Japan? Because he couldn't make it in the majors? Like, I also want to say the Dusty Rhodes baseball players who Dusty Rhodes the wrestler named himself after. I'm gonna quickly look him up. No, Tuffy Rhodes is the one I was thinking of that went and played in Japan. Um, yeah, that's the guy I was thinking of. Tuffy Rhodes is the one who went and played in Japan. Um, do 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 do. I'm trying to figure out for sure if Dusty Rhodes is named after the baseball player, but I'm pretty sure he was. Let's see here. I guess he wanted to be called Lonesome Road, so it had nothing to do with the baseball player. Huh. The more you know. Any hoozle. Mickey Mantle's the best rookie in the league. I don't think that's a surprise. How's it going, guys? How's it going, lads? Thank God for Mickey Mantle because Joe Gordon is completely shitting the bed this year. Um, I think Joe Gordon is probably about ready to find a new career. Gene Woodling has done what I thought he would do if we let him lead off, so he's actually performed quite well in that role. If Bob Usher's only a 50 center fielder, I think our best course of action is to shift Gene Woodling to center and then let someone else play left field. Johnny Hopp has having himself a pretty solid season. I love it. All right, so let's make some changes here. Gene Woodling plays center field, I think is the first one. Then Harold J. Simpson, I know, or Allie Clark? No, I think Harry Simpson is the best choice to play left field right now. Harold. I don't think he's the best choice to hit second, but he's definitely the best choice to play left field. And then I think we bench Joe Gordon. Because he is just having a really rough season. And I think Davey Williams is at least competent. Or at least he could be. So we're going to slide Mr. Davey Williams into pit fifth. And then Mr. Joe Gordon can figure shit out on the bench. You saw Joe Gordon to play a lot. I don't agree with that. He can play once a week if he wants, but that's it. That's all he's gonna get. Because he's just not that good a player anymore. He has significantly decreased in his capabilities. And he's always been the interesting kind of player that his only real ability is hitting home runs. And I don't think he has that anymore. He's not the guy he used to be. Okay. Anything about the pitching staff? Not really. They all suck, but I don't really have better choices at the moment. Let's also increase usage of Frank Duncan the third. They can both be used more often, guys. I could use a quality starting pitcher. Who's available? Allie Reynolds is available. That can't be an easy trade, though. Like, Chicago's going to want something reasonably good for him. I like Virgil Trucks even better. I mean, he is fragile, though. I could definitely get behind Early Win. I think Early Win would offer some pretty high quality pitching abilities. But I don't think you're going to be willing to trade any of these guys. I think even Early Win is going to cost me a lot. I mean, you want Joe fucking Nuxhall for Early Win? No, I don't think so, but maybe. How does... I mean, I could give him Frank Thomas. How does Frank Thomas grab you? Okay, Frank Thomas is enough for you to think about it very seriously. I think it's a deal we have to make. I think it's a bad deal. I mean, Frank Thomas. No, Frank Thomas is pretty good. And I really don't want a new starting pitcher right now because I don't think we're going to be competitive even with one. Let's get one that's pretty young. I mean, I guess Early Win is only 30, which means he's probably got 3 or 4 more years of quality pitching left in him. But I don't want to give you Dusty Rhodes or Frank Thomas. I mean, I'll give you Dusty Rhodes. I won't give you Frank Thomas. Okay, Dusty Rhodes definitely moves the needle for you. Dusty Rhodes and Jerry Staley, done. I didn't realize Jerry Staley was such a good guy in the clubhouse, but when you can add in a pitcher of the caliber of Early Win, you have to do it. Like, I'm not saying it's going to make any difference. Like, it's not going to make any difference this season. 100%, it's not going to matter. What it is going to do is going to give us credibility. And it's going to give us a genuine ace for when we are ready to be competitive. How is our team chemistry right now? Right, meow. It's decent. Um, Getting rid of Carl Scheib would be pretty beneficial. It seems like people don't like him very much. Nobody's disruptive, which is good. Carl Scheib just isn't that good. What if we got rid of him? Would that improve things? It might. I'm going to trade him now while he still has some value and see if there's anybody anyone is willing to give up for him. Because I don't think Carl Scheib is anything special. Hmm. I mean, I could get Richard Bing for Carl Scheib. I just want him off the roster, so sure. See if that maybe helps things out a bit, but I'm not going to put you in the majors. I'll either add you to the 40-man and put you in AAA, or I'll just cut you. This then opens up a spot for another pitcher. Probably Warren Hacker. Let's do it. And then you can be a middle reliever too. It's all middle relievers down here. All right. Anybody other trades I'd like to make? I don't think so. I think we're okay right now. An upgraded shortstop might be nice. I wonder if we're being victimized by poor defense. And that's why. No, the defense actually been reasonably okay. Yeah, I think we're just a mid tier team. And so we just kind of have to embrace that for now and hope that another good draft or two gets us where we need to be. That is lovely news. Bob Usher can go to the minors. And then I think Cleveland Clark gets his spot back. As much as I'm fine with Gene Woodling playing center field, I don't like Harry Simpson that much, not compared to Cleveland Clark, so I think we just chuck him right in there. Give him the old center field treatment. I don't know where I came up with that, but that doesn't make any sense, does it? I just think we have to give the kids a chance to play, and right now Joe Gordon is nothing special. I think he is going to decline rapidly if he's not already begun that decline. No, the thing is, I can't get rid of Joe Gordon. His leadership is too important, and he might get cranky, but I think that's fine. If he starts to get cranky, then he can shut up about it. I'm not going to, but if I could win a fucking pennant in my first year, after as bad as this team was last year, that'd be a real trip. I'd be like, damn, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think we'll definitely finish pretty well, but I don't think we're gonna be anywhere near the pennant unless we get a lot of luck. Or maybe I'll just start hitting like 75 home runs or something. That's a game, not per season. He has hit 75 home runs each and every game. That'd be a lot of home runs. I think we can safely agree to that. Would be many home runs. The Braves are really weak this year, which is not great news because it means they'll probably bounce back in the near future. And then this very tiny window of opportunity might slam shut forever. Hmm. I kind of wish we weren't this good this quickly. I didn't anticipate how quickly we could turn the team around just by getting rid of the bullshit. But I mean, I guess that's always a valuable thing to be able to do, right? I like how Mickey Mantle can't even consistently get Rookie of the Month. Like, what the fuck does this guy have to do? I mean, I know he hasn't been a great defender, but, like, I don't care. I truly don't care. Wonder who our all star will be. Oof, we just got fucking blasted by the Pirates. Damn. That wasn't even close. That was just utter domination. I bet Johnny Hop is probably gonna get some votes. Give me the Tom Morgan. Tom Morgan's got a good bit of upside. So does Jackie Collum, and I don't give two shits about Dick Krahosky. So you know what? Done. Not even gonna hesitate. Thank you, St. Louis. Tom Morgan's actually very helpful. Yeah, that was one of the easiest trades I've ever had to make. Because I don't think anyone's replacing Johnny Hop anytime soon. Who made the roster? Who made it from the Mel Parnell made it from the Browns. Johnny Pesky did. Now playing third base. And Vern Stevens made it. Nice. Mickey Mantle makes it as a rookie. And Monty Kennedy made it. I got two people. Nice. Damn, Jackie Robinson's super good this year. Zam. But hey, Rookie of the Year, or Rookie All Star is always a good thing. And there's still so much more to love about him. Has Joe DiMaggio just started sucking? Like, he doesn't even make the All Star team this year? What is his deal? He's merely decent. Merely decent. I mean, they still got so much raw talent, it's not even funny. I guess it's a little funny. They just casually played Mini Mignoso at third base without any downside whatsoever. This team is fucking terrifying, man. It's gonna make playing in the National League really, really difficult. Even with players as good as Mickey Mantle, and let's also the fact that Davey Williams is hitting 300, even though he's actually a pretty bad second baseman. We wanted to teach you a new position in the off season, but for right now, anyways, I think the bat is more useful than his defensive ability. Like, he starts hitting really, really well. It's kind of amazing how bad his defense is to offset that, but he doesn't have a ton of range and his arm is kind of weak. Johnny Hop is also an accomplished outfielder if we want to kick him off of first base. Tempting but unnecessary, I think. I think Cleveland Clark is still a perfectly viable center fielder, and Gene Woodling is really good in his role. Buddy Blattner is also playing pretty effectively. Like, he's a nice little surprise this year. This is a guy whose career has been unremarkable so far, but now he's having a bit of a resurgence. I'm down for it. Do we need to do better? Yes. I need a much better shortstop. I think that's probably the team's number one issue is shortstop. Um, because a great shortstop can easily overrun um other stuff here. Okay. Is our team trader any good? I have a feeling he probably is. No, he's thoroughly unremarkable. Fuck off, dude. I'm gonna replace you, and you can't stop me. I'm the gingerbread man, bitch. Apparently, according to Bill Veck's book, blah 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 blah. Rogers Hornsby was a horse's ass as a manager. Then again, according to most people he played with, he's a horse's ass as a player too. So, you know, things happen. Somebody who's designated for assignment. What's his assignment going to be? Jackie Collum. Who the fuck are you? Oh, I traded for you. Okay, neat. Oh, fine. I mean, you're already fairly decent, but I think we can probably... No, I think Warren Hacker can go. Let me put you back in the minors, Mr. Hacker. And Jackie Collum can have your roster swap. There we go. Done. Done, done, done. I was not prepared for us to turn around this quickly. Um, so instead of getting what I think we needed, which is another top 5 pick, I think we're in a lot more trouble. Tudor whips red roses. Okay. All right. We shut down the Giants. Beautiful. Beautiful. Trade deadline is today. What do we got? What could we accomplish? I mean, I'd like to get Ali Reynolds, but I'm not willing to pay a premium for him because I don't think it's gonna matter. Like, I don't think another pitcher gets us to the World Series any faster, especially one who's already in his 30s. Mm. There's really nobody here. I'm gonna skip to the next sim and see if anybody else is like, holy shit, you've got that guy, make it happen. That is a decent package for Eddie Used, all things considered. That's 3 potential viable major leaguers. That's pretty decent. I just feel like an Ali Reynolds or Virgil Trucks is going to cost me too much. How much would Virgil Trucks cost me? Just out of curiosity. You do it for Ernie Johnson? What? I mean, what? I mean, I think Ernie Johnson is too good a young pitcher for me to trade him, but that's very interesting. I think Harry Simpson is a fair offer. Let's do it. Unless I can offer you one of my lesser prospects, like Jerry Lynch. How does that do for you? Hey, you'll do it for Jerry Lynch. I don't think Jerry Lynch is going to be anything. So, complete trade, done. Um, and then let us send Edward Davis can rejoin his home team. And then Trucks replaces Dobson, and then Trucks is gonna move up, and he's gonna be our number 3 starter. Hell, he can be our number 2 starter. I don't care. And then you can be middle relief again. There you go. That is a surprisingly good upgrade to our rotation just in this season. That's now 2 genuine starting pitchers that are on this team, plus enough young talent in the minor leagues to really be beneficial. Pedro Comas is fine. Joe Presco is meh. I don't care about Ike DeLocke, but I do care about Luis Arroyo. What if I did it just for DeLocke? I'm perfectly happy with this. I don't think DeLocke's got a very bright future. I will shortlist him just so I can find out later on, but yeah, I think this is a good deal. Yeah, let's do it. Done. That's a really productive trade deadline where we got genuinely high quality players to the point where like we're gonna be shockingly competitive because we fixed our rotation. There's still pretty big weaknesses on this team. That is a certainty. There's definitely players that need to be upgraded or replaced. However, I think we're a far better team in a far quicker time than I expected to be. Is Mickey Mantle the reason? He's one of the reasons. I don't know that he's the only reason, but he is one of the reasons of all time. Damn, Warren Hacker is like, fuck you, I'm gonna throw harder. Go off, fam. Throw as hard as you'd like. I don't fucking care if your arm flies off into the right field stands when you throw a pitch. Just keep pitching better. Mickey Mantle was many things, but Shaw is not one of them. Maybe he won't be, quite as much of an alcoholic in St. Louis as he was in New York. Apparently, was it Steinbrenner? I don't think it could be Steinbrenner. I don't think Steinbrenner was the owner of the Yankees and Mantle was playing. Really, game? Man. Alright. I have to look up this story because it's a really funny story. Uh, Mickey Mantle and Whitey Ford, private investigator. No, not this story. Basically, the story is that somebody hired an investigator. Yes, Casey Stengel did it. Let me quickly give you. Yeah, so the story goes that he hired a private investigator to look after um Whitey Ford and Mickey Mantle. No, sorry, that was Billy Martin. What? I could have sworn the story was Mickey Mantle and Whitey Ford, but anyways, it's not that important. But yeah, basically the story was that they hired an investigator to follow Whitey Ford, and I thought it was Mickey Mantle plays Billy Martin, but instead they followed 2 other players. I think it was Tony Kubiak and Bobby Richardson. And apparently, like they're looking for this wild party inside. They just like went to a malt shop and had a malted milk, and the private investigator is very confused. Anyway, that's my rambling story um, of baseball stuff. I need to call up an outfielder. It'll probably be nobody. No. Is Dusty Rhodes hurt or did we trade him? No, we traded him, I think. That feels like a thing we'd do. Fred McDaniels, I think, can fill in, but I don't want him being the one to actually start. I think Harry Simpson will actually be the one to start in left field, but I do want to make sure we have a replacement for him while Woodland gets better. Hopefully, he gets better. The game stopped trying to make me play Joe Gordon. Dave Williams has been amazing, offensively anyway. He's also been a terrible second baseman, so this is clearly not a long-term solution to the problem, but it is a solution to the problem. I thought it was Crappleman for a minute, but it's not. It is many things, but it is not that. Took a series from the Giants. That's pretty important in the broad scheme of things. This is fucking tight, man. This is a wild pennant race that I definitely did not expect being a part of when this season started. Despite that the Jackie Robinson is unquestionably the best player in the National League, it just doesn't fucking matter. Hey, look at my former team. They're second in the AL. That's a good thing that oh wait, there isn't two different spots. Uh Rip. Gene Woodling is just a really competent baseball player. Very, very good at his job. Let's go to the end of the regular season. I don't think there's much I can do to manage us to the pennant. I think it's just gonna have to be fortunate. Like we play the Cubs and like wipe the floor with them in a series or two, and I think that's what matters. But I think that series we just lost to the Cubs may be what undoes our season. Our otherwise incredibly successful season. I think given where we were last year and where we are now, I am by no means disappointed. But it would have been cool to win the pennant, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. Are the Braves going to get yet another generational talent because they know exactly when to suck? They might. Every win matters, gentlemen. I would like you to baseball the best you've ever baseballed before in your careers. I want maximum effort. Damn, Hank Bauer's having himself a season. Oh no, these guys are retiring. Whatever will I do? Did Vic Wertz finally have his breakout season? Yeah, he did. I believed in you when nobody else did, so you know what? I'm proud of you. Browns are having a pretty good season too. Yeah, we're picking the wrong time to be on the cold streak. Damn. I really wish we would stop every 3 seconds because somebody's retiring. Like that's not emergency news unless they're on the major league roster and they're retiring. Yeah, we're out. I'm not coming back now. We got buried down the stretch. But hey, we're the third best team in the National League. And probably the fourth best team in the major leagues. That's pretty damn good for a last place team from last year. That's pretty damn good. I'm really interested to see if this is going to be sustainable, though, or this is just like a 1 year blip. Like, remember when we won the pennant with the Browns our first year? And that's going to be really important. Mickey Mantle is already proving to be a very good baseball player. He's getting better at defense as Davey Williams, so I appreciate the effort he's putting in. Is Bob? Yeah, Bob Weasler's the guy who has like no control. But if you could ever get control, he could be a really good pitcher. Womp womp. They've only ever made the postseason twice. Yikes. Well, if we can build on this, then the Cubs and the Red Sox, of course it is. Fucking Boston casually has the three best players in the American League. Wild. I don't really care about any of these guys retiring. I don't know why that's considered a. You better stop the presses. Yogi Berra, Larry Doby, and Bobby Morgan. I don't know who Bobby Morgan is, but I don't know who Yogi Berra and Larry Doby are. Oh my god. I don't. Wait, what? I just fucking traded for you. And you're just like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna retire. Man, that was lame. Why must you be so lame? Actually did care about that one. Damn it. Like, I don't know that he's ever going to be an amazing pitcher, but, like, let's be realistic here. I'm just going to be like, stop. I know I can just put myself in do not disturb mode. I understand that. Damn, Johnny Hop finished third in the third in the National League. Oh my god. You know what? You win. You've broken me. Do not disturb. Just let me finish the fucking World Series, please. Damn, go Cubs. Well done. Well frickin' done. This is quite a season. The question is whether this is a genuine improvement or whether this is a flash in the pan and we won't ever be better than this. Because it is rough to make the postseason when there's only two spots. Um, Weighing in on this particular debate, I know a lot of people are always like, oh, there's too many playoff spots. Yeah, fuck you. Playoffs, like, people expect this thing like, oh, it's the purity of the regular season. Fuck that shit. It is more fun to have more teams in the playoffs. It is objectively more fun to be a fan of a team that's going to the playoffs than a fan that isn't going to the playoffs. Um, so yeah, I'm not saying everyone should go to the postseason, but I definitely think baseball's postseason is reasonable. Um, yeah, I know the fucking people are going to be like, oh, with the purity of the regular season. The regular season was never pure. What happened is the fucking one team would just beat the shit out of the rest of the league, and then no one else gave a shit. And that was marked by attendance numbers too. Like there'd be a vast disparity in the very best teams and the very worst teams. I mean, I'm not saying that's not true now, but like there's a reason why teams like the St. Louis Browns are considered such failures. It's because they just kept getting their shit kicked in every single season, and that's why the team eventually had to move. Like it's just like no, it's not a feasible team. Um, so yeah, I'm fully on board with the existing postseason structure. We can maybe even add. I think as long as less than 50% of a league makes the postseason, or no more than 50% rather, I think that's reasonable. I think that's a reasonable amount of teams to make the postseason, and then go from there. I believe pretty strongly in bye weeks to give the teams that are the best an additional reward, but I don't think it should ever go back to AL champion, NL champion, World Series, and nothing else. So that is my take on that. And you're free to disagree with me if you want to. I know some people think the NHL is doing teams in the postseason, which I think is also possibly a fair point. But again, more teams is more good. Um, and oh my Christ, people fucking bitching about the new college football postseason. There's too many teams now. Yap 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 yap. Like it's 12 teams, and there's what like 130 college teams. That's 10% makes the postseason. Just stop. Just stop. Your complaints have been noted and thrown in the garbage where they belong. I got a good score. Was a good score, wasn't it? Lost to St. Louis Cardinal. Joe Grace. I don't even know who this fucking guy is. That makes me feel bad, but I literally don't know who he is. More people retired. People I don't care. Is that former St. Louis Browns legend Bill Perrin? No, that's somebody else. That guy never amounted to anything. You should be over the fucking moon about me. Bring a popular player. I mean, I could do, but. Alright, let's break down the season. Let's do some season ending analysis. What went well this season? Hi there, Johnny Hop. This is one of the most remarkable seasons I have ever seen in this game as somebody that had just this teeny tiny role just exploding. I think it's because there was the lineup was so improved under him that teams are willing to put him on base. But he also had 18 home runs, which is more than one, two, three, four, five his last 5 seasons in a row. Will this ever happen again? Probably not. But I still appreciate what he brought to the club, and I think he is a big part of the reason why we did so much better this year. Gene Woodling, amazing what competent management can do for you. He had a fantastic season. Cleveland Clark, really good season. Excellent defense in center field and high quality performance offensively as well. I'm surprised he's only had a OPS plus of 102, but is Mickey Mantle a good baseball player? Seems like it. He seems pretty good at baseball. Um, his offense is obviously amazing. So yeah, Mickey Mantle, good baseball player. Who would have thought? Let's not discount Harry Simpson, who filled in admirably for some injuries and came off the bench in a high-performing role. I think it's hilarious that Dave Williams was an amazing hitter, and yet was such a bad second baseman that his WAR looks like garbage. And mostly it's because he doesn't have very much range. But look at his actual ability to make plays. He's not amazing, but he's getting it done. Like, he is making plays that he can get to, he just can't get to very many balls. I am reasonably happy with his performance, and I think there's a fair chance he'll start second base next year, too. Charlie Rivera is almost the opposite. If not for his defense, he'd be worthless, and I don't think his defense is much to write home about. I think shortstop is the #1 area to upgrade at in the offseason. Jim Hegan wasn't that exciting, and neither was Buddy Blattner. Mm. But Joe Gordon was pretty terrible. How the fucking hell did Kappelman sneak in there? What? Oh my god, game. You knew damn good and well I didn't want him starting. I think I made a goof, and the game just slotted him in to annoy me. Oh no, I know what it is. It's because one had Do Not Disturb, so he never actually started. I don't think. Maybe he did. Oh, the pitching. How did this go? Early win was incredible. And not just for Chicago. He really came into his own for us. Rojo Trucks, sensational. Less so for us. Ernie Johnson, great season. Monty Kennedy, amazing. Joe Dobson, love it. Great, really good pitching from top to bottom. Even if none of my relievers were terribly thrilling, we had some really good pitching there. Really good pitching. That is it for this episode, my friends. I hope you have enjoyed the series so far. Um, Now, the real question is this repeatable? A lot is going to depend on Johnny Hop. I think of all the players on this team, the one who played the most out of his mind was Johnny Hop, especially given his age. For a 34-year-old to come out of nowhere and be an MVP type candidate is pretty wild. I mean, he's not that far removed from being one of the better players in the league. But this power surge in his elite on base skills is definitely something of note. Then again, conversely, Mickey Mantle is just scratching the surface. There is so much to like about his game and what he could accomplish that's going to make up for a lot of it. So, we'll see, my friends. But this is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of our chances going forward. Until next time, this has been Guardian, and I bid you good day.